Am I live? Am I live? Who knows? Who knows? Yes, yes indeed. Oh, alrighty. I'm live. Holy cow. Alright, we're here. Hopefully somebody will join up. Hopefully. Alrighty. What is going on, everybody? There's nobody here, but what's up, everybody? Um, just talking about some UFC fights today. You know, Usman versus Buckley, Hill versus Rountree, all that type of stuff. Some upcoming fights. And yeah, just gonna stream as much as I can until I start getting some viewers. So yeah, there we go. Oh, dude, speaking of Buckley, I just watched the Buckley versus Kasanganai knockout. That is still so fucking crazy. Man, the next few weeks of UFC are fucking sick. I've talked about it a bunch already, but let's take a look. So these 3 weeks are awesome, and then this card kind of sucks. This card kind of sucks, but that's okay. Man, my stream is fucking delayed. I don't know how to fix that. But yeah, this card, Jake Matthews co-main event in 2025. I don't know what we're doing here. Calvin Kattar and Steve Garcia. That's a great fight. But the rest of these fights, you know, Ateba Gaudier and Robert Valentin, that's a good one. But this card kind of sucks. I wish we got less of these types of cards. But it is what it is. And then after that, oh man, I just noticed there's a pretty big break between 317 and Lewis versus Teixeira. But Holloway and Poirier and Whitaker versus DeRitter back to back, that should be good. Hold on a minute. I'll be back in a second. I'm back. I am back. If anybody's in the chat, let me know. It says there's three viewers, but one of them is me. So Not sure. All right. Let's see. Huh, they're going to Canada again this year. That's interesting. They go to Canada a lot now. Let's go with Usman versus Buckley. Let's talk about that. So, I just made my prediction video. Obviously, I think Buckley is going to win. He's a big favorite, but I think it is going to be like an easy win. I don't think it's going to be very close. I think Usman is just old, dude. He's old. He's always been a pretty slow and stiff fighter. Um, and I think Buckley just moves around too well. His footwork is too good. He's going to be much faster. Um, and Usman's boxing gets talked about like it's some of the best in the UFC sometimes, and it's confusing because he does have a good jab. He's got a great jab. He's got a great right hand, but that is almost all he throws on the feet. And he makes it work very well, but I just don't think he's going to catch Buckley with it. That's like his only chance, and I think his wrestling is a little bit overrated. You know, he's able to take people down, but once he gets you down, what does he do? He doesn't really do much. Leon was able to get up from his takedowns very easily because Usman does not really take people's backs. Doesn't really happen. So Leon could just turtle and get right back up to his feet with no consequence. So I think Buckley can do the exact same thing. And I think he's just going to be too fast and too powerful. I think he's going to be throwing a lot of body kicks. I think the body kicks are going to work well on Usman. And I think he's going to be able to outbox Usman too. His hands look nice versus Colby. So yeah, I think he's going to get Usman against the cage early on in the second round. And I think he's going to knock him out. I think it's going to be pretty brutal. But yeah, I think this is an easy fight for Buckley. And I think he's improving fight to fight. So that's another thing. Usman at this point in his career is only going to be getting worse. He is not going to be improving, especially at the age of 38. And I think Buckley, he's been improving fucking rapidly. You know, his start in the UFC was terrible. I remember there was a time when I thought he would be a journeyman. Like, I picked Luke to beat him. I picked Ruziboyev to beat him. And I picked Wonderboy to beat him. But after he beat Wonderboy the way he did, I was like, all right, this guy is a real contender. And he is. So I can't wait for this fight. I'm amped up. I'm excited. So, yeah. Is there anybody in the chat? I kind of feel a little bit crazy just talking to myself. But I gotta yap. I gotta make words come out. So if anybody joins, they don't just join me sitting there. So I'll do what I gotta do. But yeah, man, I can't wait for this fight. The rest of the card, not that good. But we'll start with Phil Rowe and Angelusa. So I think Phil Rowe is gonna win this fight. I think Angelusa is going to have a tough time getting past his reach. Phil Rowe has looked pretty mid recently, but he's got a nice jab. He's got a nice right hand. And Angelusa in the fight with Brian Battle, you know, he was struggling a little bit. And I think Rowe is also good in the clinch. So I don't think Angelusa can clinch with him and win. I don't think he's going to take him down and win that way. So I think this is a Phil Rowe decision win. I don't expect it to be a great fight, but I think Phil Rowe is like a decent unranked contender at welterweight, and so is Angelusa. But I think this is just a bad matchup for him. But dude, it says I got 3 people watching me. So if there's anybody in the chat, let me know, because I know one of those is me, but I don't know who the other 2 are. I got 1 now. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stream for about an hour. Let's see, there's some decent fights on this card, but it's not that great. Joshua Van versus Royval got announced though. That is something. I'm worried for Van in that fight. I'm gonna have to watch back some Royval fights. But I think Van is gonna struggle with him. But it is a 3-rounder. I don't know. It's a great fight, but I think it might just be a little bit too soon for Van. But I'm probably still just going to pick him anyway, just because I want him to win, so I'm going to try and will it into existence. Sometimes that's what you got to do. But, I don't know. That's going to be a good fight. UFC 317 is a good card. I think they're going to add, they got to add at least 2 more fights, right? Because there's only, I don't know. Let me see. Let me count the fights on 317. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 fights. So that is that's a little whack. They gotta have more than 8 fights. There's no way there's only gonna be 8. I refuse to believe it. So hopefully they add like 3 more good fights, but the event is getting pretty close, so they better hurry. I wonder who they could add on that card. Let's see. Maybe they could add a Lerone Murphy. I don't know if he's ready to fight. They could add, I'm looking for somebody that's ranked, but we'll probably end up with like some unranked fights on it, because it seems like the main card's already finished. But I think Ayman Zahabi versus Rob Font would be a good fight, but they train together at Firas Zahabi's gym. Vinicius Oliveira, maybe. He might be booked, though. Let me see. Is Vinicius Oliveira booked? Because I would love to see him fight on that card. Let's see. He is booked against Kyler Phillips on UFC 318. Okay. Who could they put on that card? Somebody that would accept a short notice fight. I don't know. Who knows? But hopefully they add some more fights to 317. I think it needs like 1 more good, solid ranked fight. And then, maybe 2 or 3 more unranked fights that are good. But, yeah. I think they're definitely going to add some more. I just don't know who. But, man, if there's anybody in the chat right now, ask a question or something, dude. I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. I'm trying to go live consistently because I know there's like next to no streamers that do that in the MMA content sphere, I guess. Like MMA Guru goes live a lot, but that's about it. Lucas Tracy stopped going live. Bedtime doesn't do it, so hopefully I'll get some viewers eventually. The Lindsay versus Hernandez. I don't know how I feel about that fight. But Alex Perez versus Urseg is good. I don't mind that one. I still think Urseg's a little bit underrated. I definitely think Urseg is underrated. Like, he lost to 3 of the best flyweights in the world. I feel like he gets a little bit too much flack for that. But I don't know. I think he should beat Alex Perez. I think he's just above that level of competition. Like, if we look at the rankings at flyweight, I think he's lost to everybody that he's going to lose to be honest. I feel like Steve Urseg would beat Brandon Royval. I think he could beat Kopp. That's a scary fight. He would definitely beat Asu Almabayev. And as far as I'm concerned, he beats everybody below him, except Joshua Van could be a tough fight. Joshua Van could definitely be a tough fight for Urseg, but I still think he'd beat him right now. So I feel like if I were to do the rankings just based on skill, I would have Brandon Royval, Moreno, and Kai. Obviously, they'd be the top three. And then right below them, I would have Urseg and Tatsuro Taira. Amir Albazi would be out of the fucking rankings. That guy sucks. I don't know how he beat Kai. That was such a robbery. So that's how I do the flyweight rankings if it was based on skill. But yeah, I don't know. I think I might just chill. You know, watch some YouTube videos till somebody drops in. But yeah, I wonder, can I put on like UFC fights that are on YouTube? I don't know. Maybe I should do it. Just fuck it. I'm not sure. Let's see, what else is there? What could I put on? Let's see. I'm not sure, dude. Maybe I won't put anything on. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder, that's something I'm gonna have to look up. Like, what would the copyright rules be for me putting a already free public, you know, UFC fight on my live stream? Like, could I watch? They just uploaded best head kick KOs in UFC history. I wonder if I can watch that on my live stream. It'd be cool if I could. That'd be very awesome. Because then I'd have something to talk about. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, Google is not telling me what I want to know. Dude, I might just try it in my next live stream. Just putting on like a, a fight that's already uploaded on YouTube. I feel like I should be allowed to do that. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? Hmm. Yeah, dude, my stream has like a 10-second delay. Wonder if I could change that. Oh shit, dude. All my stuff froze. The hell? You know what? I might keep it to just fight companions for now. Because this does kind of suck ass. Because, like, I definitely, if I clicked on this stream, I don't know if I'd stay and watch it. But I'm not sure what to do. What the hell is virtual camera on OBS? Let's see. Oh, what's up? Is anybody in the chat? If you're in the chat, let me know. Let me know. I'm kind of just sitting here right now. It's hard to live stream without chat. You know what? I think I'm just gonna keep it to fight companions, actually. I think I am gonna end the stream now. I think I'm done. Because I feel like I'm getting diminishing returns on this. There's no returns. But yeah, I think